Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome to the Thursday stream. This time we're going to be doing a deck building exercise, and hopefully the audio is going to be okay here. Make sure I fixed it. I'm gonna just bring the mic a little bit closer so that you could probably hear a little better. And so it is it's an interesting event for me so far because I actually don't have the deck still since I've last pulled from the vault. I've had actually really bad luck opening the following vault. I got nothing but keys actually. So like, I'm still 1,000 to 1,000 dust away from being able to get to craft the Master Collection card, and that's actually going to be near the end of the event before I can actually get it, because I've already collected what I could so far, and the rest of the dust isn't going to be available until much later. So we'll see what happens. So what that means for now is I'm going to focus on going through the event without the event deck and just see how far I can go. And so the idea here is on Thursdays, what we could do is we could take some time and see if you're in a similar situation, and perhaps you need some help, and we can take a look together at the decks that you could make so that we could try to help you be successful there. And so thanks to everybody who's joining us. Just seeing some people coming on right now. We got Nathan and Noelia and Dawn, as well as Gabor. Welcome to the stream. So let's take a look at just some of the teams I'm working with right now. So I do have the previous event deck. So I do have actually the K-pop deck. So it's not that I actually am unable. I'm not like unable to take out the bosses or anything. I just don't have the killer skill for the majority of the bosses. But with this setup here, I did manage to also get Walker Shielding Chef from my trophy collection. So I do have two of them right now. And so having two of these in the deck actually works really well. And so mixing so far, this is, I have two variations of decks I'm going with right now. This one right here is for turn 2 attack, or if I don't want to take out the boss right away. And this one for more of a turn 1 attack if I just wanted to take out the boss on turn 1, so that I can get more gems on spawn. So one of the things that I think it's good to look into is when you take a look at a card, if it has a passive ability that creates power gems every few turns, then it's going to generate those gems on turn 1. And so the more of those cards that you can put in your team, the higher the more power gems you'll create on turn 1, and the more damage you'll be able to deal. And that makes it a good turn 1 deck. And so in this case, I could also have put another copy of the Master Collection card in here. I could actually do this. In fact, I could probably even put another one in there, and that could just increase my total attack damage by a lot. And if you take a look at if you take a look at the damage output from this particular setup, we can see just how much damage it deals. So we can go into arena, and right now I'm not prestige just yet, but we can take a look and see if we can deal with the damage there. And so we got Johnny Tables and Yusef. Well, welcome to the stream here. So today I'm just going to casually play through a few bosses. We'll probably, not sure if I'll be able to get to prestige this during the stream, just because I haven't focused on my other boss just yet. But the idea here is, if you need some help with your deck building, today is the day that I reserved to help you out. So just let me know. Let me know of your in-game name, and I can take a look as well. So Judge of All, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you online here. All right, so these are the cards that I was telling you that can generate power gems on turn 1. And so with 4 of these cards, they should do pretty well, even though they're not the current event deck. I mean, I am losing a little bit of damage output because I am losing some of the commander bonus there. And so if we take a look here, I can still do 100% overkill on level 270. So I can actually, I think I should be able to do this just fine, even up to level 300. So we can keep trying here. And so it really helps because it kind of just speeds things up. And in a legend boss, there is no killer bonus anyway, and so this is really the type of deck that will really help in commander events. And that's why I really enjoy the K-pop deck, just because you get both the turn 1 deck option, as well as later on when you when you start attacking, you have both the immunity as well as additional power gems that you can create. And so really, I'm really enjoying the deck right here. And so this is the variation I'm using just so I can speed through. Of course, this is not going to be sufficient once I prestige, but the idea here is I could actually deal enough damage on turn 1, and then I could do even more afterwards. So I can chip away on turn 1, and then afterwards I can get the overkill on once I get past that. So I should be able to do I should at least be able to do prestige 1 no problem. And so we got Gabor, Surf Carly is the in-game name. So let me just finish out this boss and I'll go take a look. And so your question is whether or not you need to do any changes with your decks. So depends on what setup you've got going. And keep in mind, like, I won't be able to see your setup if it's not in slot 1. So if it's not slot 1, then I'll just have to take a look at the cards. So let's take a look here. And we could check out Surf Carly. All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got. So we got 1, 2. So I guess team 1 and team 2 are what you're going with so far. There's always the team 3, but that's probably not what you're going with, since I see you also have the event team from this event here. So let's take a look here. So slot 1 is the team that you're looking at. Okay. Number 1. So you've got Drosselmeyer and you've got the Untamable Twosome, as well as the Light, Hope, and Justice. And I see that you've got only 3 relics here, because I'm assuming it's because you deal too much damage. I guess it depends on your prestige level. If you wanted to do even more damage, one of the things that you could consider is, because I don't think they stack. So here's the thing: like the inventive invocators, I don't think the killer skill will stack. What they'll do is they'll take the highest. If you take a look at the back of the card, what it says is that only the most powerful immortal killer effect on each hero will apply. So if you have more than 1 on the team, more than 1 ultimate forms, it's not going to apply twice. So it's not going to stack. And so in this case, if you want higher turn 1 damage, you could consider replacing him with perhaps another a master collection card here, just because you can get additional power gem output. And so that is something you could play with, because you get I guess you get actually 1 less. So you get 1 less commander bonus, but then you do have 3 additional power gems. It could make a slight difference, or alternatively, you could put in. I guess you could also put in another another Inglorious Outlaw. Because if you put in another Inglorious Outlaw, you're going to increase your attack by a bit, because you're going up to 13 instead of 6 for your commander gem. There's really no change in your power gem output. In fact, you could actually replace this one with another relic if you wanted to. Although I know that this one gives you additional damage against overkill and ultra kill bosses, and so. But that one doesn't require you to have an immortal. This one doesn't require you to have the invocators on the team. So you can actually leave the cavalry saber on here, and basically all in told, you might be able to squeeze out a little bit more damage if you switch out. But otherwise, this team right here, as is, looks good to me. And this is similar to how I would have mine set up as well. And this should be able to deal enough damage on turn 1 as well, just from the output there. So curious why you have the support instead of the ultra rare hero here though for your team number 2. just because I think you're going to get better benefits putting in the ultra rare card, because you're losing a little bit of your commander bonus doing it this way. So that would be my recommendation. Not having the deck, unfortunately, I won't be able to test that for you. But based on what I think, I know about the killer bonus stacks and everything. I think you're going to be a little bit get a little bit more. Not sure if that's going to really help you with your boss situation though. And so let me know if that works out. Okay, so Yusef, I could take a look at your deck, Admiral Viper. And you're in the GVG2 deck. Okay, so let's take a look. Event, GVG1, GVG2. Okay. So if you're using, see the support card for this event, it creates light gems, which is nice. But you might as well use the support card from this event. So if you take a look at the support card, I'm going to take a look at your cards here. So you've got Magnate, and then you've also got Young at Heart, but then you have Kinetic Gunner Annie. So Kinetic Gunner Annie will also create 4 light gems every time she attacks. And so you'll definitely want to include her. Do you already have? Yeah, you don't have her on the team. So I would actually switch her out for Annie, just because you're losing out on quite a bit of commander bonus, going from 10 to 4. So you want to get that additional 6 commander bonus there. So that'll be the first change I will make. And then let's see what else you've got. So it's too bad you don't have even like the event card for the previous event. Yeah, so if you've got 2 Kinetic Gunner Annies, I would actually just go ahead and level her up and then replace the 2 support cards in here. Replace the 2 Young at Heart with 2 Annies. So you're going to get an increase of 12 commander bonus. That's actually a pretty big jump. And let's see. You've got Sokichi here, who will create power gems. So I think the problem here is you're going to have to depend on Magnate to create the damage, so I think that's fine. And then you're going to use Gliding Blade Mistress, which is also an ultra rare card. So that will create 4. I think based on your cards here, what I would do is I would replace the 2 support cards with 2 Annies. You're going to get much better damage output with about the same I don't have a Gliding Blade Mistress, but I could show you how that works. That would be my recommendation. So let's take a look here. So what I can do is I could build a very similar deck here. So what you've got these 2. And what I would say is you should use 2 Annies. Now, I don't have Blade Mistress, but what I could do is I could put in... This will be similar. So this will be a similar setup. And then in terms of relics, let's go ahead and change the relic. Let's go ahead and change the relic there. I don't know that you have the same set of relics, but here's how I would do it. So let's go and try this out against a guild boss. So let's do deck 3. Oh, the boss is not strong enough. So let's go ahead and go against the legend boss then. So this is how I would play this. Let's try this out. Let's see how it goes. Phoenix, welcome. Good morning to you. All right, so let's see. So the idea here is you want to keep attacking and basically you want to let Magnate generate her power gems. You want to try and save it if possible, right? So that you could actually get even more power gems. And let's see. So if I can't save any more, then I guess there's really not much I can do. Like the thing with these ultra rare cards is you can't really do anything, and so the only thing I can do now is um, create power gems. I don't know if I'm gonna deal enough damage here to get the kind of overkill I'm looking for, but yeah, it's not quite enough. But at least it gets you the 25% with that setup. So I think it's going to be more damage than if I were to go with the other way, right? The other way that you had was with 2 Young at Hearts. And I don't know that I have them anymore because I needed space. I don't think I kept them. But what I'm saying here is because you're changing the commander bonus from 4 to 10, you are going to get a much bigger boost to your damage. All right. So so Yusef, that would be my recommendation. So give that a try and let me know how it goes. And let's see, Rock for Life, welcome, and nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Paul Bettany, welcome from Australia. And we've got Light Side of Chaos for Scarlet Sonia. Let's take a look. So Light Side of Chaos. All right. Light Side of Chaos, and the deck is Light Bright. Dispel, Smoking Con. I like the names that you have here. All right, so we've got Kinetic Gunner Annie, and then we've got 2 Vigilant Askas. And we got 1 Walker and 1 Young at Heart. Okay. Now, I would typically, advise, at least for support cards, there's less value in awakening your support cards, especially if they're ones that would generate power gems or they have other utilities. Now, in this case, Kinetic Gunner will heal, and what you could have, what you benefit from and nothing else is the additional commander bonus. And so running 2 Vigilant Askas instead of 2 Annies means that you are losing 6 power gem boost. And that actually impacts your overall damage by a bit as well. And so I would generally recommend not awakening support cards for that reason. At least you should wait until after the event if you want it to do that. So you can save some mana as well, and you can take advantage of the additional damage boost. But let's take a look at your cards here and see what we can do to improve it if we can. So we got light commanders, and I see you have Alien Ascended. So the other question is, whether or not you have the Slayer version, and we can take a look there. So we've got Annie, Sugar Plum Fairy, Vigilant Asuka. And then we've got, okay. So I see you got Walker and Shokichi, as well as Steadfast Nutcracker. All of these cards are power gen spawners. So you're going to want to try to use that over support cards. So Vigilant Asuka is going to create, I guess you're using this for... Yeah, you're using it for the Grail mechanic. So if that's the case, then that would be better. Okay, so two Askas. I actually didn't even think about it. So actually, that's actually a good way to play. So let's see. Do you have more than 2? If you have 2, then that's so. If you have 3 or more, that would actually make it go faster. So with 2, that would be good. Then with 2, then. Yeah, this is where I would have said 2 kinetic Annies would have been better. Then you definitely would want to use Annie and then Walker to get the damage, the commander boost. And for your 5th card, I'm not sure that Young at Heart is going to be as good of a card for you. So because you can get the heal, but I'm not sure if you're necessarily looking for the heal and you're not going to take advantage of the dancing passive. And so one of the things that you could consider doing is you're going to get enough heal already from your Vigilant Asuka's. You're going to get enough heal from Tribute. So the Tribute is going to give you heal already. And so this one, unless you're looking for a Dispel or something, one of the things that you should look for, because you want to try to increase your damage, you might as well add let's see, what would be a good fifth card, because I feel like there you have a better option for your fifth card. And for your fifth card, I would say any of the event cards, I think, right? Shokichi would be okay. Steadfast Nutcracker would be fine. I'm not sure that I like Doers, because I think Doers. Oh, I guess Doers creates more, but you need to go up to 300 in order to get more there. So depending on how many skill points you can get, Doers actually might be a better choice. And so that's the commander version, right? So let's take a look at your Slayer cards. So for Slayer, if you don't have any cards that have, if you don't have any ultimate forms, then it doesn't matter. So like I was really just seeing if you have any Slayer ultimate forms, and if you don't, then we would not be able to utilize it. But I don't think any of these are immortal, right? So this is chaotic, I think. Yeah, chaotic, and this is beast, and Wandering Clan is noble. Yeah, so you don't. So there's no immortal killer bonus here. So there's really no point in trying to go after a deck there. And so I would say this would be a good team. Actually, let me think for a second. So, Magnate, the two killer bonus skills are Beast. Well, I guess so I saw that you have a Beast killer bonus. So if you wanted to, you could try to build a Slayer focus deck for the Beast killer. So if you needed to go take out a overkill boss that is like a dragon type, then you could actually use the Slayer deck for that. So let's just take a look again at your cards here. So Light Side of Chaos. Right. So my recommendation for your general deck is that you could try running that, although that's going to be a much slower deck. You're going to get more power gems, but it's going to be a lot slower as opposed to another option where if you use Beast Slayer, you can have your Enlightened Yokai, you can have Aileen as your leader, and then you would put in the Transcended Devrim and then Turia. So that would be 4 Slayer cards, and then for your 5th card, I would then just put in a you could put in a support card. You could put in Annie or Walker to get the additional power gems, so that actually will deal quite a bit of damage against the dragon bosses, and it might actually even deal more damage, at least it will deal less damage for sure than Asuka would, because you're going to get a lot more power gems with all commander cards. But if you wanted to go a little bit faster, this might be a better way to go to try a Slayer version of that. So give that a try, Scarlet, Sonia, and see how that goes for you. All right. And Phoenix, let's see. We'll see what you can build tonight. Yesterday was way too busy and couldn't play at all. Didn't have the event team. Yeah, so let me know if you need help. I think your in-game name's the same, right? So let's take a look. Let's take a look at your cards. And just looking ahead at the chat here, we got Brandon, Nano, and also Chroma Sucks, Fischel. Wanted to say thanks for joining us here. So Nano, if I have the deck, I will try it. And otherwise, I would just recommend. I could just do recommendations based on what I see. But definitely, if I have a deck, if I can build a deck based on what I'm seeing you have, then I would give it a shot, so that we could, try it out, and then I could, put it to the test, so that we could see live also how it works. So Phoenix, let's see. You don't have the event team. If you don't have the event team, like, do you have the support cards even? So you got 1 Annie, 2 Annie, so you got at least that going. Well, one of the things that you could probably consider then is using Vigilant Aska for the tribute mechanic. Of course, it is going to be a lot slower, but it's a tried and true, you know, way to deal a lot of damage. So that is definitely something that I would start with. So you could go with a Vigilant Askas, and then in terms of damage, like Steadfast Nutcracker is going to be better, and then Shichiki, and then you have Immortal Drosselmeyer. So Innovative Drosselmeyer is a has Immortal Killer bonus already, so you can do that. And also, like, keep in mind that the support cards, that's the thing I forgot to mention. Your support cards have killer bonus this event. And so that's another reason why you shouldn't awaken it, because you're losing another card that has the double amount of damage. And so you definitely want to use as many of the support cards as you can, because whatever damage output you come up with, this is going to double it in attack. And so that's going to be a much better way for you to play your decks. And so that would be my recommendation. Okay. And let's see. So next up we have. So Chromosec, you weren't expecting to see a stream. I tried to stream yesterday. I'm not sure if not sure if Mount Fillmore is here with us today, but he's the one that recommended a game to me yesterday. I actually tried it out. I actually tried to do a stream yesterday, except I got through the very initial sort of like teaser portion. And then when it came time to log in, the server was down for maintenance. And so I couldn't actually continue. So I'll probably do that again later tonight. So after this stream, I might actually have another one, but it's going to be a completely different gameplay. If you're interested, you can join me for that as well. All right. So let's see. Nano. Let's take a look at your cards. Oops. And A. Okay, let's try this again with the correct letters. X and A underscore N O X. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards here. And yeah, unfortunately for my light commanders, I don't really have a lot of options to try out, except for my K-pop deck. There's really not much I can do to really try them out. But what I could see here is there's not sure if this is what you're currently going with, but you've got Kinetic Annie, and you've got the Ultra Rare card, and you've got Walker. Okay, so I see you don't have the ultimate form this event, but you do have the Ultra Rare card as well. So let's see. So Inked Contingent. It's funny, I don't have the ultimate form for any of the 5 versions of the Grail mechanic. So it's actually kind of interesting, because I could never really help people understand how to use it effectively. But what I know is that you can create 8 power gems, and then you'll create 8 more power gems the next turn if you have 5 or more stacks of tribute, right? So yeah, so that's how it works. So there's that, and then so Annie so definitely you want the ultra rare card in there, and the question is whether it will be better to have Gliding Mistress in there or Yokozuna. I guess Yokozuna would be better, because you get how many power gems you get here? 6? Is it 6? Yeah, you get basically 14 power gem force right away. Well, you've got the innovative invocators, right? So that's gonna give you the immortal killer bonus, and so that might actually be better. And your Kinetic Gunner Annie is going to actually out damage a lot of your other cards, and so I guess Ink Contingent doesn't give you beast bonus, and so I'm not sure that it's worth it for you to go to sacrifice your damage output. Like, I would almost think that you should take out Yokozuna and put in Inked the innovative invocator in this deck, because it has no immortal killer bonus, And so you can actually, you don't need the event team necessarily. You could just put that in and you'll be able to get the damage boost for all of your cards. So if that's the case, then you could consider swapping out Annie, for example. You could consider swapping out Annie for Yokozuna and then put in the Innovative Invocator in there instead. That way you have the Ink Contingent and Yokozuna to give you power gems. Innovative Invocator also creates power gems, and also, you've also got Walker that can do the same thing, and then your ultra rare card, Annie Psychic Sharpshooter, will create power gems every time you attack. And so that might be a better setup, in my opinion. Just not sure if maybe you didn't realize that you actually have an ultimate form that gives you the right killer bonus this event. So give that a try. I mean, you should definitely change it out because you're going to have a massively increased power output by doing that. And let's see. Scarlett, I guess you're going to be busy. That's okay. A lot of people, this kind of goes long anyway, and a lot of people just tune in afterwards. So watch it whenever. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and we can, I'll try my best to answer if I have a chance. So Maverick Raider. So Vishal, let's take a look at your Maverick Raider. All right. Can you improve by changing order or any particular card? So let's see. Depends on how you set it up too. So I guess this is it. So in terms of the order, so you've already got both of the killer bonuses. Covered. It's interesting. Like once you have, like this is a deck where if you have another Master Collection card, the Inglorious Outlaw, you would actually deal a lot more damage, especially if you're going up against, the ultimate bosses or really high level overkill, compared to using another copy of the ultra rare card. So the ultra rare card is nice in that it gives you heal, and it also gives you that additional power gems whenever you attack. But honestly, like you're getting a lot more just by putting in another Master Collection card. So what I can see here is you have the Shining and you have the Inglorious Outlaw. So that's basically 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably, and then you have the Ultra. That's probably that will be the best combination, because I don't think adding another Walker is going to. Actually, I take it back. So in some cases, putting in Walker instead of the Sharpshooter might give you a little bit more damage output because of the additional power gems, but that is if you're going to be splitting up the attack, right? So I would keep it as this for now. The question I have is the relics. So I see that you've got 3 light relics that don't produce any power gems. I'm not sure if this is done so that you could reduce the amount of attack on turn 1. I'm assuming that's probably what you're doing. Because if you're just looking for more damage output, then I would say put more relics in. But I'm assuming that you probably are at a prestige level where you may be doing too much damage to kill a boss, but not enough with overkill, right? So that's potentially what I'm thinking is happening here. So you're reducing the total amount of power gems that you create in turn 1. So if that's the case, then I think you already know what it is you're doing. So in terms of the order, like you don't really need to activate the ultra rare unless you need to. That's just how you play it. And with these 3, one of the things that you could consider is if you're going up against an ultimate boss, you'll want to stagger the 3 cards that you activate. Like you wouldn't want to activate all 3 at once, because you're basically just going to be wasting all of the power gem 3s. Instead, what you can do is every 2 turns, activate one of the 2 of these cards. And I think what you can do is you can activate. Yeah, so this has a 5-turn cooldown, so you just have to activate whenever you can. But I would say don't activate all 3 for ultimate bosses. Activate 2 of them at once, and then 2 turns later, you're going to have better chip damage, and then you can use Annie to heal. Another option would be to I don't think it's worth the sacrifice. Another option would have been to take out another Master Collection card and put in another Annie for the heal if you really needed it. But I don't think you're gonna need it because you can heal every 3 turns. You should be fine. You should be fine for the ultimate boss. And so, yeah, I think that's the best combination that you have already on for your deck. So that looks good. And Chromasex, let's see. So the boss left you a bunch of to-dos and getting your guild a head start, and guild bosses will take up most of your night. I see. So focus on the guild. That's really good. So let me know if you do need help as well. So I think that's everybody that's joined me so far, and I've already been able to help out a little bit. So I'm gonna go back and take a look at my bosses here. So my personal, what's the word I'm looking for? Conflict right now is whether or not I'm going to spend any more gems on any of these upcoming packs. So yesterday, when they offered the pack for 500 gems with 2 additional, cards, I pulled both of them and I literally got keys and shields. That's what I got. And so I didn't get anything useful. And then when I pulled again today, I got to basically 10 keys total. Like I pulled I pulled one pack from here just to get the Master Collection dust, and that gave me 2 cards. The 2 cards I got were both keys. And so that was just, it felt like a waste of dust. It felt a waste of gems for me. I mean, I did get 1,000 Master Collection dust, so that is going to be helpful. Because like right now, where I'm at in terms of my Master Collection dust is I'm 1,000 away, and I've already collected all of these. And if you look at where I'm at right now for my collection, I basically need to get 9,000. I need to get 9,000 points, quest points, right, in order to get anything. I'm at 3,000 right now, and I've collected all of the Master Collection points that I could. And even if I add the ones that are here, so that's 500 plus another 300, that's 800. I'm going to be short 200 dust, and I'm going to have to wait all the way until down here before I get it. And so it's not like I will not be able to get the dust until basically near the end of the event if I get that far. The last few events, I just haven't played hard enough to even collect the these rewards here. If I don't have the ultimate relic or the event deck, like it's generally I don't play hard enough to get here anymore. So there's a high chance that I may not even be able to craft the Master Collection card anyway. So the question is whether or not I'm going to actually spend the gems to try pulling. And honestly, my streak so far has been so bad that I just feel like as much as I really, really wanted it, I may not go after it at the end of this event. Like I might, if they offer something at the end of the event that gives me, like eight cards plus 2 bonus for 1,000 gems, basically half price, then I might go for it. And then if I can craft it, great. Otherwise, I might just wait until the next event to do so. But I honestly feel like it's not worth it for me to waste my dust at the end of the event to craft a Master Collection hero. I'm just going to save it for the light event. Like I really, really like this deck, and I really would have liked to do this, but I'm really only going to get. I'm just really going to be getting the ultimate form so I can do better in the event. But without it, then I'm just going to go with what I got, and I'm just going to save my gems because I've already wasted 1,300 gems pulling absolutely nothing. And so it's just, it's not a good feeling. And, the fact that I'm spending gems and the cards, like when they say there's cards in there, like a vault reward, they're just keys. It really makes it a bad experience. And I know a lot of people who have the similar experience here. It's just, I would have liked to get at least something, right? And if you look at the rewards here, like these shouldn't count. To be honest with you, like these things shouldn't count as rewards. And if so, you shouldn't get 2 of them. Like you shouldn't just get nothing but keys. Like there are 50 commander heroes. No, there are 125 commander heroes available here. Plus, another like 75 relics in here that's possible. If nothing else, if you don't give me at least the event cards, give me one of those. Don't give me these cards. Don't give me these keys. Like that's just how I feel about it. So I'm done spending the gems on these packs, especially given like the lack of gems I'm at right now. So I'm just gonna wait until the next event, so I can save up to open the next vault. I'm pretty much gonna be done here. If I may not craft the Master Collection card at this point. I thought I had just enough to be able to get it before the end of the event, but with how things are going right now, I'll probably hover right at the bottom range of the pack, and I'm okay with that. Like I think it's just not going to be worth it for me to use my dust to get myself into an imbalance. I'd rather just have the opportunity to craft a full Slayer deck next event. Yeah, Mount Fillmore. So I'm not sure if you were able to join me earlier, but I was talking about yesterday. I actually started a stream to play Era of Chaos, but then the server was under maintenance. So after this stream, I'll probably hop on and try again. So if you're still around, join me a little bit later. And so Brandon Cherry, let me take a look at your cards here. Brandon Cherry 123. Yeah, so I played through the very, very, very beginning. I didn't actually sign up for an account just yet, but I'll probably do that and I'll hop on. It looks interesting, the whole army composition and everything. Yeah, so I played it, couldn't do it, and so I just turned it off and then I restarted another stream and I tried auto chess, and I played a little bit there. So that's why what you see. So tonight I'm going to try Era of Chaos again. So join me here. I'm probably gonna need your help. All right. So let's see. Cherry 123. Let's take a look at your cards. Commander. All right. So you've got the event team, and you've got the Inglorious Outlaw, you got Annie as well, and you should have at least 2 Annies. There you go. So you got 2 connect. So you got like the perfect setup right here. So that would be like and it looks like you probably don't need anything else. So let's take a look at the deck that you actually have built for yourself. Right. So this is the deck right here, and so not sure if you need help with the activation order or anything, but honestly, like this is probably it's gonna be very easy to play. You basically would do a match and you attack, and then with these 3, with just 2, because you don't have the shiny. So here's the thing: you could try to pull the shiny if you have the event card. Do you have Walker? Let's see. So it'll be a different story if you don't have Walker. And if you don't have Walker, then that means you managed to get the whole team by tier 3, which is super lucky. And so you don't have Walker, so you need at least Walker to get the shiny Master Collection card. So if you have the shiny Master Collection card, you'll be able to deal a lot more damage. But otherwise, with 2 Master Collection cards, you'll want to bring your skill points to at least, I would say, 70 to 80. But I think with 3 relics and 2 Annies and also the ultimate form, you're going to be able to get 30 plus 15. You're going to be able to get 45. So by turn 2, like basically by turn 3, you're going to have 90 skill points, and you can just go ahead and activate your ultimate form and Master Collection card. You should be able to deal enough damage to take everything out at that point. And so it's all about just building enough skill points. I think that's the team. Like you don't really need anything else. So not sure if you need help with activation order. So that's what I assume. So I help you with that. But congratulations on getting a team. Like the fact that you don't have Walker means you didn't have to go far into the tiers. So I'm really happy that you got the team. I'm happy to see that. So it's an easy team to play. Basically, just activate whenever you can, and then in terms of your ultra rare card and like your 3 Annies, you just need to activate them one at a time when you need to heal. Don't activate them all at once because they don't stack, or they do stack, but it's going to be a waste. So you should just stagger them if and activate them if you need to. Your ultimate form and your master collection card in Glorious Outlaw are the ones that you want to activate at the same time. All right. So Judge of All, Vikings War of Clans is a good game. Vikings War of Clans. Okay, I can give that a try. So I'm definitely like I'm very open to trying out new things, and I was also thinking about like some Steam games that I haven't had a chance to try out. Like I might want to, like, I don't know if I want to start a different channel or if I want to use Twitch for that purpose. Just, let me know. Like, are you guys okay with me adding other games into this channel, or would you prefer this channel be focused on just legendary game of heroes? Let me know. But I definitely play a lot of different games, and I do enjoy trying them out. For some of these new games, it's not going to be so much about like helping out with tips and tricks because I don't know about them enough. But at least playing through the sort of playing through the game and sharing the experience with you guys would be sort of like the reason for that. And so Chroma Sucks, yeah. I know that auto chess is a new thing for a lot of people, but I've been getting really into it the last 6 months or so. I've gotten relatively competitive with it, and so I've been trying to sort of raise awareness of the game a little bit, but I know that the interest isn't quite there, so it's okay. I mostly just kind of do it for fun. But if you guys are interested in joining me, just let me know. All right, so let's see here. Sharon. So Sharon, let's see. Definitely all one color will work for you, both Slayer and Commander events. Really work hard on events so you can get the support card for free. Yeah, so the support cards, for the most part, they aren't always that great, but in its event, ones that can create gems. So gem spawner support cards are really valuable, especially if you don't spend and if you don't generally get the decks. So those are the cards that I would use, especially since they have 10 times commander bonus as well. So that they can really boost your entire team. And so do keep them around and try them out. This is actually a pretty good support card to use. It's going to be helpful. And so let's see. So might as well ask since you got auto chess here already. Okay, yeah, I see. So just let me know. So Jabier, is it a good idea to use 2 main heroes if you have the full deck? So let me know what your in-game name is so I can take a look. And so Phoenix, you have to say Era Chaos is a very nice game at the moment. You've been playing for a week. Okay, so yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited about the possibilities for what I could try out with that. So Jabir, like, if you have the full team, that means you have at least 1 ultimate form and 1 master collection card and 1 ultra rare. And so the question is, what are you going to put in for the other cards, right? So let's see. So Jabir N202. So if you have the full event deck, then you definitely... Ooh, okay, so you have the... But... No, I don't think this is the ultra rare card. So this isn't going to be as good as putting in another walker. So if you have just 1 master collection card and 1 ultra rare, then you should put in your second walker. However, if you want to, you could actually theoretically get the shiny because you already have all the cards needed for the shiny hero because all of the cards are available in the dust shop. So the question is whether or not you have enough dust because you do need to get Wella, and then you need to get Sentinel of Stars, and then you need to get, what's that third card? I forget. Sentinel Stars, and you need to get Apollo. So Apollo and Sentinel Stars are both available in the 20 Dust shop, whereas Wella is available in the 100 Dust shop. It is a big risk to go after it, so I will be very clear about that, but there is the chance for you to get the shiny. And let's take a look at the Drill Fist Depot. So they haven't refreshed it yet, so tomorrow check back at the Drill Fist Depot. They may have if they have Wella in the shop, then I would highly recommend buying Wella and then spend the 20 dust for Apollo and Sentinel Stars so you can get a chance for your shiny. But for now, what you would do is, what I would do is I would take the second walker in there. So your extra relic boost isn't really giving you that much more. You're losing more damage because walker has 10 commander bonus, whereas Sugar Plum just has 4, and you're losing the opportunity to create a lot more power gems from walker as well. So overall, you're going to have better damage output just by using your second event card over Sugar Plum Fairy. So that will be my recommendation. So Chris Checkets, you're okay to see other games as well? Okay, great. Thanks a lot. So Vishal, add more games might get us hooked onto some others as well. And they didn't enjoy the chess, so looking forward to other alternatives. Yeah, okay. So that's good feedback. And like I said, as I mentioned to everybody already, after the stream, I'll probably take a 5-minute break and then I'll hop on and do another one. So just keep an eye out. So Judge of All, you got the full deck, 3 Master Collection cards, including the shiny ultimate form and 1 ultra rare. Would it be okay to sell the event and support card to make room? Ooh, yeah. So the support cards will be the first to go. And if you've already got the full deck and you really need to make room, I would say at some point you'll probably want to sell them. But if you have like older event cards to get rid of, like I would recommend taking care of those first. Like I've gotten to a point where I needed to sell the support cards as well. So like you see the basically with my K-pop deck, I got rid of all of my support cards for the same reason, in that I needed to make space. And so I would sell it for the dust and for the space. So that's probably okay. It just kind of feels bad to be selling event cards, but yeah, like I think that since you already have a full deck, you're never gonna use any other alternatives anyway, and so it isn't going to give you any more benefit. So yeah, I mean, like you can certainly get rid of those. Mariska Vanderbeek, welcome. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here. Mount Fillmore, yes, Apollo will be a lot harder to get, but because you're going from a 20 dust store, you could at least sell them back. But you have to be prepared to spend like between 8 to 10,000 dust at least to try to pull the cards that you need. But my hope is that Wella is going to be offered in the Drill Fist store, and then I forgot to claim my free gift. And then that way, you don't have to waste any dust. You can just buy it straight for gems. I think it's a few hundred gems, which for a free shiny hero, I think is well worth it. So D-Block, you have the full deck. Is the ultimate relic worth chasing? Honestly, I don't necessarily feel that ultimate relics are worth chasing. A lot of people would say it is. And basically, if you go up to tier 5, then you'll have the ultimate relic, right? So tier 5 is where you're going to get the rare relic, and you are guaranteed the event relic by tier 4, and then tier 5 you're going to get the rare one. So it's not really chasing. It's a matter of like, is it worth spending 5,000 gems for the ultimate relic? And I would say that ultimate relics actually do, provide some additional boost. If nothing else, it gives you 1 extra relic. So if you think about it, for 5,000 gems, you're getting 1 event rare relic, and then when you forge it, you get an additional relic. So you're basically getting 2 relics for 5,000 gems. And so me generally, like, if I were to, I'll be honest, if I were to go to tier 5, it wouldn't be so that I could forge the ultimate relic. It would be because I'm chasing after either the Master Collection card or the ultra rare. But if I had the full team already by tier 4, I wouldn't personally spend the gems to tier 5. Some people would choose to do that because then they can have, more ultimate relics. But me personally, I just think that it feels like it has less utility to me. Even though I could get a little bit more damage output from the ultimate relics, I just think that 5,000 gems is something that I would personally prefer to hold on to for future decks. And it's a big investment. 5,000 gems actually is a big investment, and if you could save it, I would save it. That's how I feel. Mount Fillmore, the Reforged cards, I don't think they're coming back anymore, man. I'm sorry to tell you that. they just have been so non-committal about it that I don't think that it's going to be. I'm not sure that it's going to be a thing. And so the question is, are the reforged cards worth it at this point? And I think that a lot of the reforged cards actually are weaker, so that it's not even worth keeping anymore. The only exceptions would be reforged Contessa, right? Because that's a really good one, and maybe Drill Fist Urheart is good. But aside from that, I just don't think that a lot of the reforged heroes are good. Oh, I guess there's also the reforged Hippolyta. Hippolyta is actually a good one too. But I haven't bothered holding on to a lot of them. And so honestly, like if you're basically at 810 and you need to start getting rid of cards, I think that getting rid of the reforged cards might be a reality. Of course, it sucks to have to do that, but I think that that's just how it is. So Nikola Orlik, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I see a lot of people saying good morning. There's, I guess, seeing more people in the other side of where I'm at. So that's really cool. Really good to see. Thanks for joining me here. And so yeah, so like this is what I'm working with. These two. If I had like, I'm like now I kind of think like what I did was I used my Proving Grounds token to get myself the Furious Jockey, Goblin Jockey, and I had thought about using Drosselmeyer, like getting my innovative Invocator ultimate form. If I could still do that the next time, I will probably do that just so I can get the ultimate form. I mean, look at this. I have all these Master Collection cards without the ultimate form, without the ultra rare to go with it, right? So I got I got Janice as well. I got 2 innovative Invocators, and I also have a Yokozuna. So I could. There's just so many Master Collection cards I have that just need to be paired up. So next event, if the opportunity is still there, then I would definitely try that. So. It would have been really good this event to get the innovative Invocator just so that I could not worry about having to fill out the team. But for now, having the K-pop deck actually is working out pretty well for me, and this is, in my opinion, a better setup for me. So like I can actually do this. I guess I'll show you how that works. So with that, like it's not as fast as what I did, but with that, just the is it this one? Just the bonus from my Macne Ultra Rare actually works pretty well. So Jabir, what should you do if you kill the Ultra Boss too early? You don't get the overkill. So that generally happens if you are dealing too much damage on turn 1. So what you want to do is you actually want to reduce the number of relics that you have in your setup, so that you produce less power gems on turn 1, and then you might want to drop it down to like 1 or 2 relics only. And so that way you could deal just low enough damage to get the damage in without killing it, and then you could then match your gems to bring up your commander bonus and then take it out afterwards. So the trick is to not use too many relics on your deck in your team. That's all you need to do. Okay. And so here's like the other way I was playing it. You want to activate Macne, and the more times you can attack, the more power gems your Walker is going to create. And so it's one of those, like, a couple of turns, the more hits you take, you get in, the more damage you'll deal. And because these cards are generating more gems every time you attack, it really has good synergy in that you're always going to be attacking every single turn anyway. And so this works well. Okay, so yeah, no problem, Jabir. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. I managed to help out most of the people that are asking for help, so I'm glad to do that. And not going to be prestiging. I got all my keys saved up for the weekend, so that's when I have time to play. But it's likely that I'm going to just hover at maybe in the Iron 3 slot this event, because I'm not going to be able to take out the Ultra Kill bosses at Prestige 1. I could do it in non-Prestige, but at most I can go up to is Prestige 1. So it's going to be a tough fight. Tough battle for me. And so anyways, that's all for me for today. And Big Duke, if you're just joining us, I'm actually about to end the stream. So thanks for joining us anyway, though. If you have questions, feel free to comment in the video or reach out to me on the network app. I'll be able to give you some feedback as well. But I just want to say thanks for everybody, and I am going to be trying out new games. So right now I'm gonna go jump into a Air of Chaos. So join me on the stream that will be starting in maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll see you there. Thanks everybody. Take care. I'll see you next time.